Now, Callum, I was told that your very first drink at the after party in Laguna Seca was a pint of vodka.
A pint of vodka.
Pint of vodka.
Now that is something I've never tried, but I'd be willing to.
Ice or no ice? Because with ice, you're probably looking at 3/4 of a pint.
Whatever burns more, so probably no ice.
No ice, yeah.
Just
Good
room temp vodka?
Ooh.
I'm trying to genuinely remember what I did. I think I just flew back. You were trying to get me to go somewhere for an hour.
Was I?
Yes, but at 4 p.m.
Where to, Marcus?
Oh, I was going to Starbucks at 4 and I went for a drink with Jaden Dodge at 5.
Oh, yeah, that
Jaden.
does sound like a good time, to be fair.
We had
Jaden
Aperol
was there.
spritz, we sang some songs, we had a good time, and you missed out on a good time, mate.
Mate, I haven't seen Jaden Dodge in too long.
Jaden Dodge, I tell you what, mate. Do you know who Jaden Dodge is?
I know. I've seen enough of Jaden Dodge to know who he is.
I tell you what, brother, I've got a great story about Jaden Dodge.
Go on,
Here
son.
we go.
So, I'm going to take you way back to 2015.
What are we doing?
Marcus at the time. We were in La Conca. Great track for you. You've won there many times.
Thank you.
And so we're at this restaurant, quite close to this San Lu Hotel. And me and Marcus, obviously being 14, 15, we thought we'd best get to bed quite early, get ready for the test day tomorrow. Jaden, being the responsible adult he was, told us, I'll take you boys back to the old room there. And me and Marcus sort of get going, and Jaden goes, oh, fellas, I've really got to go to the toilet. And I was like, yeah, grouse, mate.
Ones or twos, mate. Ones or twos.
Hotels are not far away. And he starts running and tries to do this trick, which was to jump, just sort of click his heels and take a massive fart. The problem was, obviously being quite close to a number 2, he sharted himself. And
Did the old click and shit.
oh, tell you what, he ran back to that hotel. I've only seen Forrest Gump run faster than that, brother. He was back in the hotel room, and poor old Marcus at the time was knocking on the door and going, hey, Jaden, can I come in? And he goes, just pop off to Clem's room for 10, 15 minutes. It's going to be quite a clean-up job.
Massacre in here.
And,
It wasn't your normal run either. It was sort of like the legs were quite...
The legs were
Oh,
quite
sorry.
tight in the sense that he was trying to keep everything sort of in his trousers
The
rather than...
damage was already done.
Oh, I know. But,
You have
Jaden
to
Dodge.
ask the bloke.
How did we land here?
Jaden
So
Dodge.
what I was actually going to ask you, which we discussed before we even started speaking, in the fine words of Jeremy Wells, you start your interviews off the way you intend on finishing them, right? Which is exactly why we've told that story. But how? What are your highlights of 2023, mate? Tell
God,
us.
that's a change of pace.
Well,
We've gone to shitting in midair to a season recap.
So we're starting off on shit because you want to end on shit, right? Is that how we're gonna?
Yeah,
That's
pose,
your
pose and
idea
pose.
here.
We're going to have to find a way to segue some feces back in about 40 minutes' time, I suppose.
You
But
might-
yeah.
Shouldn't be too
so we've
difficult.
still got 40 minutes for someone to make a mess, yeah?
Yeah, except, well, Screaming Meals, much bigger messes have been made in much shorter amounts of time.
Right,
But
now added on to your shit question.
Yes. Thank you.
Should we start with having you come over?
What's this?
2023.
To IndyCar?
Yeah.
Shit.
Because that's true, isn't it?
Rookie of the year.
Rookie. Yeah.
These boys, there's nothing these boys like more than me talking about IndyCar.
No.
I actually really enjoy
Well,
it.
should we
He's
move on
quite
then, is
bitter.
that-
Yeah. Well, actually, I really wanted to play some IndyCar highlights, but instead, Marcus has done us one better and he's compiled a series of Callum Ilott highlights.
So Callum, I firmly believe that everyone needs to see my favourite Callum Ilott moments. All right.
Now,
No.
can I just be frank with the speakers here?
Go ahead, yeah.
This must be our 10th, 11th podcast, and this is the first time that Marcus has actually done some work ahead of the podcast, and he's compiled this set of videos. I myself been very busy. You've more or less made the plan as you usually do.
Bullshit, mate. What have you been doing today?
A couple of meetings here and there. I'm dressed up
Bollocks.
like a banker.
You're
making-
one cashmere sweater away from being dressed as Donald Trump this evening.
Well, yeah, you could say so. But
What's your point?
what's my point is, guys,
There's
tune
many
in.
videos.
And
There's
this,
so many videos. There's preparation. So much preparation you don't even understand. It's the greatest preparation anyone's ever made for a podcast. Is that what you were going to say?
there you go. Marcus Armstrong has done his homework, and we've got some videos to show you.
This is the first time Marcus has done prep, and he's I'm not sure how you think playing a montage on a podcast is usually meant to go, but you've just saved individual videos.
Exactly.
So it's hardly going to be seamless, is it?
No,
But I think what we'll do is we'll just put it in the middle whilst we don't speak, right? A little window for people to watch, and then we'll discuss those moments.
Exactly.
Sure. Okay. Well, we've got, luckily for us, we've got substitute producer Jimbo Harrison to.
So this, Callum, is one of my favourite moments of yours.
I know exactly what this is.
European Karting Championship 2014. Lando Norris down the inside.
Is
of
that
Callum
Norris?
Ilott.
Smooth.
Oh,
And he's just ran him off the track.
He missed the apex.
You've just taken him to the Rallycross World Finals.
Yeah, but what's best after this is, okay, I didn't help him in this situation. He didn't help himself. I didn't help him. But 3 corners later, believe Nico Kari sent him into oblivion, and that saved my European Championship. Well, actually, that started the European Championship. That was the first round.
Lando Dirty Tires, obviously, has just been sent off the road again.
On turn 2. Yeah.
I don't remember that for
Yeah,
some
well,
reason.
you paused it or you stopped it too soon. But
So you were the catalyst for an event.
no.
that
He
almost killed
was
Lando
the
Norris.
catalyst because there was a heat race, right? And I was going into turn 3, and out of nowhere, dive bomb, right? Same thing, misses the apex a bit, but at my expense. So this time, you know, in karting, like, you don't need to look behind. You can hear when they come.
Oh yeah.
I was like, if he does it and he messes it, I'm not letting him get away with it a second time. So I braked a little bit early. He sent it, missed the apex, and yeah, job's a good one.
I remember that one because I was watching at home in New Zealand at the time, and I thought
When
that
was this?
This is 2014. This is before.
Before
I came
we
over.
even met, yeah.
Just before I came over, and I thought that was the coolest move I've ever seen anyone do. Because you mugged him off, and I was just like, fair
The
play.
highlight
bloke.
of my career
There
that's
you go.
done now.
All right. Well, there's one. All right. Should we hit the next one?
And then you also went on and dominated the race.
He's got quite a
by
few
miles.
videos. I'm worried he's going to.
Yeah.
So
Here's another one.
Here's another one.
No, this
Callum Ilott in
was
a Cosmic.
European Championship PFI final round. Actually, long.
Are you
story-
leading in the Tony Kart?
No,
he's
I'm
not in
the
a Tony
Zanardi,
case, he's a
the
Zanardi.
orange,
Oh,
white,
right.
and black. But I'd had my appendix out a week and a half before this.
I remember
hell.
this
Yeah.
actually.
So
Yeah.
I went and did a test 3 days after my appendix was out. Couldn't hit an apex
Yeah.
to save my life. Still got some things obviously affecting me a little bit. As you had to be fucking sedated for to be cut open.
Yeah.
Obviously then I was allowed to race, and I've managed to find some apexes and then find the lead.
You weren't quite allergic to them so much anymore. Yeah, I can tell. Look, apex there.
now, what strikes me
Apex
is
there.
the amount that you've won by here,
It
because
does look like it's handling really
Nicholas
nicely.
Nielsen's obviously in view, well, almost, but the rest of the pack, where are they? You will see them eventually.
Yeah, there you go.
There is
That is a
P3.
lot of margin.
In casting, that's a huge
Jesus.
margin.
There's a
Lorandi.
huge margin.
Lorandi, look at Lando on the left.
Do you know what? Those times, especially those years, 2014, 2013, you see a bunch of names that you see in F1 these days.
2013 was big.
Insane.
In KF.
In KF.
KZ as well.
What,
Verstappen
those
Well,
were the
Verstappen was
Verstappen.
doing both.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But you had Leclerc, Russell. I think Albon may
yeah.
have been doing it. I don't know if that was his last year or not. He might have
The
gone
golden years of karting, back when I was still sort of obviously racing maybe the French championships here and there and watching it on telly. And yeah, you were actually my idol.
You started in
14.
3 and 4, yeah.
14.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, you were actually my sort of idol. Obviously, I met you through Ollie Oakes at the time.
How
I
it
was-
all changed, right, when you got to know me.
Oh no, I thought you were a massive dickhead. No. No, you dominated KF3. You were bloody fast and obviously won the Europeans in KF. And yeah, no, it was cool.
This interview is very nice so far.
So far.
Change.
Don't worry.
Are you going to put me off guard here and then...
So, no, in no particular order, this is another favourite moment of mine. Formula 2.
Lap 31, this can only go
Let's
badly.
hope that we can get this on YouTube because it's obviously F1 stuff. Schumacher off here, T7.
I remember that.
That was also a
Oh,
highlight.
was this where we got our podium together?
Yes, it is.
Lovely.
First race of the season 2020 when I thought I was going to F1.
This was when I had that 10-second margin because you had body
you were
deck,
convinced
right?
you were going to F1 for 6 days?
Oh, after this race, I was like,
Look at the margin on this, and you talked about the karting one.
I know, mate. My neck was falling off on this particular
Oh,
occasion.
was that back when you thought you were Chris Froome?
Yes. I was a professional cyclist, but
I
couldn't hold my
remember
head up.
because I hadn't seen you for quite a while.
Vegan and professional cyclist.
I lost celebrating like a champ. What I love here is him on the podium.
Do we get the waterboard?
Oh, maybe.
Was this where we had the robotic trophy moving things?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah,
it
it's
was
quite
those
funny.
times. Yeah.
I was clearly
Actually,
too
I
tired to
remember.
remember that.
Because that weekend was I'm pretty sure that was my first weekend in F3 as well, or second weekend in F3 with Carlin. I as well got a podium. And
Was
I
this
remember
where
it
you
was,
took off? Or was that the year after?
No, that was the same year, but it was. Do you remember we did 2 weekends in a
Ah,
row?
yeah.
And that was in the second weekend.
I thought your back was
Styrian Grand
gone.
Prix and the Austrian.
Oh, I had a bit of a Novalak Airways moment and tried to take off.
Those
there,
curbs are
but
lethal.
They were good times.
I've done so many tubs on those.
I know.
Now, the next one I suspect is my favourite. It is.
Oh,
It
no.
is. It is.
No.
The lunge from hell.
my God!
Oh, God,
Boom,
from
fire.
Right, do you know what the worst part about this one is? Is not the fuck up itself, right? That's bad.
Oh, you had a front row seat, Marcus, as well. Is that you?
No, that's
No, no,
Mars.
Oh, no. So,
No. So what's worse about this is I came from P11 or P12, and I was having the race of my life, right? So
Here,
fast.
look at Sophia Hill.
She's trying to mug me off here
Look at
as
her.
well.
Look at her reaction. This
Dang,
is so cracker.
What a wanker.
Yeah, he was pissed after that one. Even I was pissed with myself. I mean, I would have kicked off if I was him.
No, I'll tell you what, that was, I believe, one of the single greatest lunges. Just forget the ending. The move in itself, the confidence on the brakes. That was something. That was, do you know what that is? That's passion.
Passion.
yeah.
That is passion.
And we love to see passion.
Well, you know what Van Amersfoort's slogan was for that year? Passion, dedication,
No
tradition.
brakes. Yeah.
I tell you what, mate. You had some serious bolos going in from like 25 back.
Fuck.
You weren't aiming for him, were
What's
you?
Ayrton Senna's slogan again? If you don't
If you
go
don't go for a gap, 2 cars in front of the guy in front of you.
there was a gap.
There.
Then, yeah.
Yeah, that was a big lesson, that one, unfortunately.
Good. F3, that's for that. What's the next one? What do we got next, Jimbo?
Oh, shit.
Another
We
F3
got a
moment.
Prema F3
Now,
car.
these are sort of nostalgia moments for
Bit
me.
of track limits
More
there.
Austria.
This is Austria 2017, where I believe you won this race with a broken chassis in F3.
Funny story is I broke the chassis twice in this weekend. Once the first one I had to do the qualifying with the broken chassis because we didn't have enough time to change it, and then I broke it in the race, and I think I won it. With
Did
the
you call that funny? I bet your insurer was pretty chuffed at that one.
Because I was actually testing
I mean,
that car.
they okay. In the grand scheme of things, it's quite expensive, right? And I'm gonna take a step back. But in racing
wear
terms,
and tear is generally excluded. from
yeah,
most
but
policies.
in racing terms, doing a tub that you can repair on the bottom
Yeah.
does not cost that much.
Okay, no, fair
How
enough.
much
fair
are we
enough.
talking here to give the viewers a bit of,
And so
No, it's a lot. This is where we have to take a
put a
discrepancy.
number on it, Ilott?
No, I won't. No, because
The number will be beeped. It's fine.
No, but just to make it clear, in racing terms, it's not a lot.
Was it on the same corner as well?
Quite possibly, yeah.
I know it was. Yes. It was out of T6. Boom. Remember that year they had the sausage curbs on the exit?
Yeah.
Sausage curbs, dumbest thing that there's ever been in existence.
I mean, they've created more accidents than they've actually prevented.
Hang on. Let's backtrack a bit.
Yeah.
A front wing in F2
He's still on this.
is double the amount of a bottom of the tub repair.
Fair enough.
And you've taken off
so-
a few
so-
of those, Clem. I think I've broken like one since I started F2.
The one he broke was with me.
So
When I came steaming down the inside. One of Clement Novalak's greatest moments. I'm pretty sure we can put it on the screen
get
at
that
some
up there
point.
later
There's no
But
way
we'll
you've
get it
only
up there.
broken
Hang on.
one front
No,
wing.
let's not go to front wings here. When was the last time you broke a tub?
I think I broke my tub at a private test once.
And you broke one in Bahrain.
Oh, that's right, when the car lit on fire.
Yeah. I remember those
Pre-season.
times. Marcus's
Stack.
barbecue.
I looked in the rearview mirrors and the thing was literally engulfed in flames.
That was your first day in the F2, right?
That was my first
First day
test.
high-tech.
Yeah.
No, that was ART.
Was it?
That was
Oh,
De Vries's
fuck, was it?
championship-winning chassis, mate. Went up in flames and so did my F1 career.
Oh, that's why your F2 season that year didn't go well. It all went from there.
Damn it.
up in
Well,
flames.
now we've got the good thing we've got to the bottom of that 3 years later. Have we got any more clips, or should we just roll
We've
into?
got a ton of
We've got a
clips.
ton
Alright.
more clips.
Should we do the IndyCar season review clip?
Wait, there's a few goodies still to come.
Sure. Yeah. But at some
I
point,
think
we'll
this
do it.
one is another F3.
Now this is
Where's this
Hockenheim.
Hockenheim? Yeah.
Hockenheim, yeah.
I look how much he's leading by.
Fuck
here.
a duck.
Fuck.
Now
Yeah, that was a big margin.
that's Gunther P2,
How many laps is this race?
Joe Eriksson,
I don't know, like
Is that
half
you?
an hour, 45 minutes.
Jesus.
and I was watching in the grandstand just up there, up the top.
Now, Callum by
crowd.
this time's already, into
He's
the last
already
corner.
won.
I was very fast.
Yeah.
Oh, no, quite literally. About 10 seconds faster than anybody else.
I think it was like
More.
a bit more.
Let's see.
And
Well, this is
He's
good.
coming
This is
around the
great
last
audio.
corner.
I remember
And-
this because I was jumping. I was
11. Yeah.
getting your
11
car
seconds.
Not
following
far.
here, and I was like, "Oh my god, he's just won the race by 10 seconds." I'm sitting in the grandstand.
Your F1 career was there. You could see it.
There's a couple more ones. This is the most boring one. Sorry, Jim.
Yeah.
What the next one is, or that one was?
no.
That one was quite boring.
This one's pretty boring as well. This was your F2 win in Silverstone.
Yeah, it was a good win, except no one was there because it was COVID year.
Did you-
Pain in the ass.
What, Clem?
Is that before or after
What
you spun it round?
Clem?
That would have been.
No, this was the weekend
before.
after. So the weekend before, I did
Ah.
all my mess ups, right, and then I made good
You
of it.
donned the next weekend. Yeah, no.
But I
it-
should have done that the one before.
Yeah, no, it was indeed. It was going to be a double win.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
I really hope F1's not going to get really pissed at us putting all these F1 videos on there. Sorry, FOM.
But yeah, we have a
Oops.
really good relationship with Formula
Yeah,
1
no,
media,
great.
so it's fine. Should we play the next clip?
There should be a goodie here coming up. This one is
Oh, it's a
oh,
toe.
What?
This was bad, right?
That's the front wing.
Because
I remember watching this from home.
anyone now and after this point knows you don't do that at Poe. Not when you're leading. No one can
I think
overtake
before
you.
that they also knew that.
Yeah. But I definitely know that now, except I never went back to Poe after that. So that was a shame.
It's the first ever Grand Prix. Was it Poe? Is that right?
First
Huh?
ever in the history of the world.
Yeah.
Is
Maybe.
Is it
the
true?
world. I don't know if that's true.
I think.
James
Just
Blair.
say it's true.
It's,
Facts.
It's possible.
I think it could well have been the first ever Grand Prix. Was Poe.
Now you were leading the race here. This is lap 1, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
yeah. that is probably the biggest mess up I've done. There's a couple, but that is the.
I've got a contenders.
Now there's one I forgot to put on there, which I do want to put on after.
We won't go there. Anyway,
And I think there's one more which I just added for shits
reckon-
and gigs, which isn't actually you,
this
but
is on board.
I found it on
This
YouTube.
is on board
Oh,
after
this
the
one was
clock.
bad.
Is this Air Novalak?
This is not Air Novalak. It's Novalak.
Crash landing Novalak.
Yeah. As we see
Is this
after
where
the
you
clock, and
almost
look,
got-
this is Clem Novalak down the inside, brother. Yeah. No.
That isn't good, right? I know you're all here and all fine,
Yikes.
but that was very, very close to not being very good.
No. I will tell you in all honesty, I am going to describe this crash for you. Obviously, you're seeing the replay here. He's taking the grass here, and sort of I've become a bit of a passenger at that point, obviously going into the corner.
You have
What-
dodged a bullet.
Oh,
a
no, no,
very
no.
large white and red bullet.
Yeah, no, quite literally. So I'll describe the crash in itself first. So I'm sort of going down the straight, and obviously I've had a bit of a fight with both Arthur and Victor going into the two previous corners.
Crash, and now he's just gone like 3/4 of the way back around.
And I see sort of in my mirrors, I'm turning in. I look to my left, to my right there, and I see a car in the grass, and I'm like, ooh, that is no good. And at that point, I had a bit of a reflex moment of trying to open the steering wheel up, which actually turned out to be, thankfully, the right thing to do.
Life-saving, potentially.
If not life, potentially a pretty long hospital stint. But no, you're extremely lucky. Now, one of the funniest things was the fans. I mean, obviously, a huge Verstappen grandstand in front of me. I'm getting out the
I
car.
imagine.
And firstly, before even getting out the car, I couldn't move. I was like, what the fuck just happened? All of a sudden, I'm in pain, and then the adrenaline kicks in. I'm all fine. Get out the car, start running, check if the clerk's okay. Look at the grandstands and give them a big old wave, and everybody's going crazy. Great times.
It's so Novalak. Like, there's a massive shunt. He's at least I got to
He's
like
having
wave to
the
the
best
crowd.
time of his
and
life.
he
Oh,
was loving it.
no. Obviously, I was a bit disappointed, but I gave a good wave, and the fans
Race
were
is done. Let's go have
chuffed.
some fun.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to get a couple of beers. He's 15 minutes after the race, but no. I head back to the paddock, and I sit And that's really when I figured out how strong adrenaline was. I sat on my bench on like the, massage table that we usually have as drivers, spent like 10 minutes there. And pretty much 10 minutes after, started to get off it and say, okay, fine, I'm feeling a lot better. Couldn't walk. And couldn't walk for 3 days. I had so many bruises on my legs and pretty much everywhere that I was like, holy shit. Like, I pretty much ran out of that car on adrenaline alone, feeling completely fine. I take 10 minutes on the bench and all of a sudden I'm sweet as. And then I get off the bench.
Goggins over here.
Horrendous. So yeah.
Sweet.
Cheers, Marcus.
I've
Great
lost
memory.
track of what we were talking about through all that, to be honest.
That's interesting.
Ilott's
That's
career
interesting
moments.
stuff, really, because I think when like your Indy 500 crash, surely you broke your hand, didn't
fuck.
Did you feel it straight away, or was
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
Yeah. So, because I'd hit the wall, then slid round, and then I was heading to the other wall. Difference was that one had the safer barrier. This
The other one didn't. Yeah.
And I'm still traveling at a rate of knots in which I have no control. So I'm like, oh, this is going to hurt as well. Both were like the same G.
Yeah.
I think, what was the first? The first one was like 85 G and the second one was 83 G. So still good hits.
Yeah. Solid.
And like as I came to a stop, 4 seconds later, I've got the dude from the safety crew over the top of me. And he's like, are you all right? I'm like, dude, I don't even know.
I don't know.
Like, I haven't even thought about it. Hang on a second. Let me check. I'm, all right. And then the thing that, you have so much adrenaline. The thing that got it for me was my hand or fingers were twitching on that hand and not that. And I'm like, that's, something's going on there.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, actually, I think my hand's a bit fucked.
Yeah, if you're going to know if anything's broken, it's going to be your right hand.
Yeah. And then I could still move it, which was a bit weird because normally they say if you can't. But that's because everything was still in place. It was broken, but still in place. So yeah, then they took me back and did an X-ray, and then the doctor was like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Like your hand's broken." I'm like, oh, "Can't change it now. It's done." Right.
No point being sorry about it. I was doing it.
So speaking of Indy, should we run through the season highlights?
We should, yeah.
Have you got it loaded up on the old iPad, or are we going to have to break for
I
two?
haven't. Just pass it over here for a sec.
All right, St. Pete. Oh, the shunt at the start.
Whoa.
Oh my Christ.
Huge.
That race was carnage.
That was an interesting race. Where is it? St.
That was
Jeez,
hilarious.
one of the greatest punts I've ever seen.
Oh, Ericsson won that.
Ericsson. Yeah.
For some reason, I had it in my mind that Polo led the championship from the go.
From day one.
No, yeah, it was Ericsson for a while.
Well, by his standards, he started off slow.
Texas. You went real well at Texas.
I did both those two. I was 5th and 9th, I think, in this one. I was so close to being collected in one of those.
Oh,
Texas got in the calendar next year, innit?
Well, that was later on.
Dev.
Oh yeah. Dev came up. No, he hit Graham Rahal.
Ah,
Long Beach, we were here.
Long Beach, we were there.
We were steamed as a pudding by
We
this
didn't even
point.
see all of this.
This was a.
Don't need to look at that again.
Don't even. Yeah.
We didn't even. Well, I don't remember seeing any of this.
Massive one.
Oh,
Oh wait, that was the other one.
Bit of a move.
No, I was in the American Legion.
Yeah,
where we
exactly.
Oh,
had-
yeah.
oh no, it wasn't even Marcus. We were getting all hyped up.
Did you
ready to
watch
get-
me do one lap there or not?
No.
Alabama. Yeah.
I watched the start.
How'd you get? You went around Alabama, no?
I
Yeah.
think I was 8.
Something like that.
Where's this?
Alabama.
Oh,
Barber.
it's Barber.
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 It's a good little track, that.
Yeah, it looks
It,
nice,
it looks
actually.
good, yeah.
This was
So
a
this is first
physically
road
tough
course.
race. Remember how hot it was that day?
I think 3 or 4 drivers had to go to medical after this one.
Really?
Yeah, I heard so, yeah. I think you told me that, yeah.
Two guys got kind of like helped out the cars.
Who were they?
2 drivers.
Yeah. 'Cause
He's-
it's gonna be you one day, mate. You gotta keep them up your sleeve.
Me? I'm not. I'm
Oh,
never
so this
gonna
is
be.
500, right? Yeah,
What a race.
What
I'll
a
be
race.
steamed as watching this year.
mate.
In the
How
commentary
are you,
box.
James?
So-
Oh, mate, it's going to be
Whoa.
the month of the year.
No. Oh, dude.
Douche in the pit lane.
that edit from IndyCar is unbelievable. The little spin from Rena.
I was just thinking that.
Jeez.
Oh, that wheel that fucking flew off. That was
It
ridiculous.
looked like it went into the grandstand, man.
That's like, how many people are there? How it missed a grandstand is
Hey,
ridiculous.
it's 340,000 people, I think,
It's
were there
insane.
on that day.
And it found the gap in the grandstand. Somehow, like,
It landed
fuck
on
me,
some
man.
bloke's car.
No chance
no,
you're
woman's
surviving
car.
that if you get
Oh,
hit by
was
that.
it?
Yeah. They had to buy her a Chevy Malibu or something.
That's cool.
Actually, it would have been an
Where's
additional-
this?
No, you had a great race here, Callum.
Yeah.
Oh,
Actually, I saved Kirk with strategy by doing that.
Where did Kyle end up finishing?
6th.
Oh, that's right. He did me on the last lap. No, I tried to do him on the last lap.
the ridge line number 10.
Does it hurt a bit to see Pillow win in the ridgeline?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Ooh,
This was hilarious.
this was.
Wow.
Power got the boxing gloves out. He wasn't actually saying that about Scott, though. He's saying
No.
that about someone else.
He probably wanted to. For a
That
while.
was.
Yeah, a
I
few
think he was
people
talking about Grosjean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
friend of the show.
Oh, there's a hop, skip, and a jump. Pillow. He was driving well this year, wasn't he? Can we keep it together, lads? Fuck me.
Alex, well done, Alex.
You had a
Yeah.
fuck up in that race. Oh my
What,
goodness.
Mid-Ohio?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Wait,
think we
no,
watched
Mid
this
Ohio.
one, didn't we?
No, in Road America.
Oh. Road America, man.
Yeah.
Mid-Ohio. Again, with Pillow, how many times does that accident end up in the guy who gets his rear tag spinning around versus the guy who hits them in the front?
Well, you make your own luck as well.
Oh, mate, 100%. I think that was one of Ollie Oakes' favourite saying.
Was it?
Apart from, don't want to be harsh, mate.
I'm not trying to be harsh.
Not trying to be harsh,
Before
but
saying something
I am
that's
going to
really
be
harsh.
extremely harsh.
It's easy to say you make your own luck when you make a car as well.
Whoa.
Okay, that's going to get beeped out.
Now, I'm glad he won that in a way because now the Mo's gone. That was painful to see occasionally.
Got some ovals, so Marcus not.
This you'll love this
Not
race.
there yet.
Mate. This is the best race you'll do.
Which one's this? Iowa.
Iowa, yeah.
Is it a couple of races as well?
I
Two,
mean,
yeah.
tequila in mine, but what happens to your tyres, I've heard, is pretty severe.
It's great.
Yeah.
Like you come out of the pits a hero. Oh
For like, what, 4 laps?
no, 20 laps.
Oh, yeah.
20 laps. You have like a peak of 5 to 10 laps, and then
Well, the lap's about 20 seconds long, mate.
yeah, 18 in the quali or whatever.
18.
Second, yeah.
That is so fucking
Fair
cool.
play to
It's
Joseph.
so bumpy as well. But the lines that you can take, like, you're just constantly like
It's
this.
just an air fight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this,
Oh,
Nashville, I was there.
Nashy.
this is where I was keeping you behind for a while.
My steering was like this the whole race.
Shouldn't have
Oh,
hit
yeah.
something, should you?
I hit the bazzers.
How many times have you heard a driver come in from a race and say the steering was like that the whole race?
To be fair, though, in these cars, you can do that and still survive very nicely.
Yeah,
So did Ollie Behrman actually this year.
yeah.
Apparently
shit.
polled it with the steering
in
that was
Azerbaijan.
Pretty much 45 degrees.
But
south.
that start from Dev was the best thing
Oh, mate.
of the season.
That was not the best thing of the season.
This race
was a
was
shame.
bookended by like the worst and best moments of my year. Dixon, what an absolute legend.
Backbone.
His right foot is worth millions
Backbone.
for that fuel savings.
We should.
Some have said
fucking-
it's insured. For,
Yeah, we should insure it.
£100 million.
I got
That's
Takuma'd
cool.
in this one.
They really like to promote the crashes in IndyCar, don't they? Like,
Ooh.
when you watch the highlights, it's always a crash.
Oh no!
And
Bang! Straight into the wall.
Surprised he
there.
didn't take his hands off the wheel.
And also a massive fuel save race here.
Yeah,
For Scott.
yeah, he was behind me, and I thought I was doing a good job.
Where's
Shall I
this
wrap it up
Portland?
here, or is...
Sorry?
I think so, yeah.
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 You were looking real good for a while.
Oh no.
I got destroyed.
How good of a commentator is Hinch?
Heard it. I love him.
Hinch,
He
I
is
would love to have him
commentary,
on SM commentary.
Well, he's been on
I think-
an SM
yeah,
podcast.
I know, but
NBC might have an issue with that.
I know.
I feel like they've...
He may do a couple of F1 races with us, hopefully, or a couple of F2.
I also feel like F1 TV might have an issue with that.
Come on.
Hang on, what happened to you in this race?
A lot.
Oh,
Well, a lot happened to everyone.
Yeah.
Like,
Long story short, I got spun by Benjamin Pedersen. on the safety car restart.
Which was actually, tactically speaking,
It was
a
indirect.
masterclass by none other than Scott Dixon, who gently, gently put on Pedersen into Marcus.
Well, I got spun by Pedersen and Power at
turn
another
it off?
previous point in
Done
that.
Well,
So a lot,
actually,
a lot of
No,
moments.
he was. We discussed this on another pod, but Scott was leading the race, but there was a few lapped cars in front of us, or back markers.
Yeah, back
and
markers,
I was on new softs, and all the back markers were on old hards, and I just had so much grip, just launched it around the outside of everyone.
But the inside guys understood. And
Well, Scott put his nose when I launched it. Scott was like, "Nah," just put his nose in on Pedersen, knocked him, and put him into me.
did he get a penalty for that one?
No.
No, because Power got a penalty for the one on Pedersen and me that spun me round.
Generally, you don't get penalties if you're on the inside.
Here we
Now-
go. Here we go.
this is a great moment to
Yes.
get in with what I was about to say. For me,
I didn't hear
highlight
a
of the
single
season
word he said.
was a wave, and per se a thumbs up,
Lovely.
which was actually when you spun in the pit lane, which we thought was
was
hilarious
backward,
because
wasn't it?
somehow
Oh, it's
you
a
still
rare
managed.
occurrence, right?
It's extremely rare occurrence, and somehow you still managed to finish the race in a pretty decent position.
Fifth, yes.
Exactly. But at that moment, me and James thought, wow, that's bad. And then we saw the replay, which was absolutely hilarious because obviously we didn't know at the time. We thought you may actually been impeding him, but he was like 2 laps down, so he was just having a laugh. There's this big old wave here coming from Carl Kirkwood and a big thumbs up as Callum's just spun it going into the pit lane.
Because I remember thinking at the time, like, that's the most like measured outrage reaction I've ever seen from a racing driver. I didn't realise
and
he
he's
was
done
like,
it twice as well because Malukas
That's right,
did it
yeah.
to him in Long Beach.
Yeah, and he just
Big old thumbs up. Mate, I thought
So
it was
good.
cracking.
I love
I was cracking up. And then obviously you finished in a mega position, which I think shows how crazy that race was. You can spin in the pit lane and still finish in the top 5.
Well,
and you've been stuck for a while. It wasn't like it was a quick whoops, fuck, and then back on.
yeah,
off you
no.
went.
So what was funny about this, other than the actual point of spinning round, was that saved our strategy, right? And this is how crazy IndyCar is. That put me at the back, which meant that for every lap that we continued under safety car, as long as I caught back up, I could then top up again for fuel.
Right.
And because of the position that I was in, I was the only one who was kept adding the fuel in.
Right. Okay.
Right, and all
Yeah,
the
I'm
guys
with
at the front didn't want to sacrifice their, should we say,
Yeah.
track position
Yeah,
to
yeah.
come to the back, and the guys at the back thought they had enough fuel to kind of go, so they didn't keep topping up. So I had about 3 laps or 4 laps more fuel of safety car fuel laps. That meant I could just push.
So it's probably another like 2 laps race.
But then I imagine you were saved again by my yellow flag at the very end.
So I was gonna, I could have, I would have just made it from that point on the fuel saving that I'd been doing earlier in that race. So
Really?
I'd spent from the first safety car that we had, which was lap 1, I had fuel saved every lap of that race to that point, right? Because I was so out of sync with everyone and I was trying to do it on a 2-stop. So your safety car after that basically allowed me to kind of go full push to a certain point. And then, I had, shall we say, an incident in turn 1, 2, which then had a damaged rear from.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, because I was thinking that you and someone else had Palou. I thought it was.
I lunged him around the outside.
I was thinking if it wasn't for my yellow, those two wouldn't have made it to the end. But
No, I would have just got to the end.
damn it.
And actually, to be fair, you would have helped me massively. Either way, I was helped because I would have made it to the end and legitly on strategy. So I would have had the pit lane time gap of everyone who still needed to box. So Dixon and McLaughlin,
They didn't need to box.
they boxed.
Oh, we all boxed together, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But I didn't. So I would have been way ahead.
Yeah, without your yellow, you would have potentially won.
Don't remind me, Jim.
Yeah, but I was potentially one if I
Yeah,
didn't
no,
have
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Oh, that would have been a crazy podium. Pitterman. What was that? What
But
was
at
your-
that point, me and Scott, we were going to the end. We were going to the checkered.
Yeah, so
Really?
was I just had to save a little bit more.
That would have been a fun race, but
We need to get Scott on to actually talk about this, bring his onboard up, and ask him point blank, did you do that on purpose, mate?
Yeah.
Oh, the answer will 100% be yes, I do.
It'll be like this. Well, mate, you never go on the outside.
It's actually a pretty
As
good impression.
once again, Marcus, I'm going to bring it back. You know, obviously, my old mentor there. I'm going to bring it back to what I said in the last podcast. Because my old mentor, Glenn Gower, used to say, mate, you fucking go around the outside, you're in the outside fence, mate. That's how you do it.
In IndyCar, if you're on the outside, you are either spun in the grass or in the wall.
There you go.
Simple as that.
Fair play.
Like back in the karting days. Good
F1,
times.
they get a bit precious now, I feel.
It's punishing to
because
watch,
people
isn't
send
it?
it to the outside all the time, and they're just like, oh.
Well, I think actually, to go to a sensible conversation, you either completely agree to not force people off and you allow the side-by-side racing and you can never force someone off, or you do it the IndyCar way, which is you just don't go to the outside because you are going to be put off. There should be no in the middle, because then you never know what you're going to get.
Now,
It's either
where I'm
or.
going to have to draw the line is when you're worried about going to the outside at the last corner before a restart, because you might get trained on the inside whilst you're still technically under yellow flag conditions. That is the dumbest rule I've ever seen in my life.
No, I loved it because it made the restarts hilarious to watch. And I've never seen so many safety cars in a race,
It
right?
was so
People
painful.
have
They need to refuel the safety car.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
I've
yeah,
never seen
fuck,
this
I remember
before.
that.
They needed to refuel the bloody safety car. The funniest thing was watching James. James was having a fucking mental breakdown pretty much every single restart.
Why?
Don't know.
Because he was...
I get very animated.
He wanted you to do a good job.
Do you know what that is, mate? Passion.
Yeah.
Fair play.
And he was right there behind you. I mean...
Oh, did you like that first restart when I sailed past you? Did you like that? I did like
Based on the
7
description, I'm
cars.
guessing he's not going to have
No,
liked
no,
it.
I did 7 cars on this lap.
7 cars.
That was great,
This
wasn't
was
it?
chaos. That was so chaotic. That lap after the... everyone was just going off, breaking wings, everything. And if you just kept yourself clean, you were going past. And I think...
I'd sailed past, mate.
Yeah.
7 cars. He was about 2 cars in front, and I managed to get past, and then I disappeared 4 cars further beyond by the end of the lap.
Mate,
Sorry, mate.
It was...
Just wanted to get that one out there.
The guy who eventually stopped me, because I was following you through,
Yes,
Was-
Blomqvist, right?
it was.
Yeah.
It was Tom.
Because he tried to shut the door.
Next on the show, actually. She'll be here.
He
15
shut the
minutes.
door big time.
Yeah,
Chopped.
but it was also him and Halio were tough, man. Those two fight hard.
That's what I like about IndyCar, because I think generally the cars are quite strong as cars. You do have a bit of wheel to wheel and
A bit.
banging
How was
action.
your
It's like
how
an
were your
Arrow
arms?
X6.
How were your arms during that race at Laguna Seca?
It was fine till that last stint where I was pushing like crazy, and you'd go through turn 9, and you would just be praying that the thing wouldn't snap.
Because you wouldn't be able to catch it.
You wouldn't be able to catch it. And I had one of those, and I had to go off a little bit. And
Oh, I've had one
Yeah.
of those before.
Clem, you know the feeling when you
Oh,
get
no. I know the feeling exactly.
in a high-speed corner and the steering is locked.
Oh, Marcus, you don't have to tell me. You must remember the race a couple of years ago in Zandvoort. He was P1, I was P2. Shit start by Novalak, the usual. And,
It's almost trademarked at this point.
yeah, no, practically. And I'm going round turn 7, turn 8, turn 9 in Zandvoort, which is literally just
we're talking about
constantly-
the
Yeah.
black one, yeah.
And he was in front of me, destroyed some bird that was on the track. Fucking
Right?
feathers flew
An
everywhere.
actual
An actual one.
seagull.
And I remember that race particularly well because see Marcus was in front and we were both struggling, and I could tell he was struggling physically and so was I. It was one of those moments where you put on the wheel, you sort of try and lock
the tub
your
rest.
your tub
Yeah.
with the elbow, and you're just like, well, fuck, if this thing snaps, I'm fucked, right? I'm going way into the outside wall. It's going to be a big shunt, big bill. Don't want to get into the numbers here, but, it was going to be a huge one. And, we did fucking must have been 30 laps like this, and I can tell you, came off the podium dehydrated, and I did my usual Zandvoort, came back to the paddock, massively steamed. But, good times, good times.
Well, how many drinks to the steaming point?
Oh, well, it depends, you see. Obviously, if I'm-
In this case. How
Oh,
much
in this
was it?
case.
Yeah.
How long
One.
How long
Excellent.
buzz, yeah.
Oh, mate, I barely had a chug on the podium. I was stumbling off the podium.
So it is always that first sip of wine that just really settles the nervous system, isn't it? You just go,
But then the worst thing is you go directly into a press conference where they're asking you serious questions,
Serious questions.
and all you want to do is laugh. and
mate.
have a good time.
Me and Marcus were giving each other the eyes, having a bit of a laugh at
I
the
wish we
race.
could get that press conference footage.
Oh, it would have been crackers.
They wouldn't give it to us though, would they?
Probably not, but I mean, I know for a fact that half of it, well, I don't remember half of the shit I said anyways, but I remember just looking at Marcus and having a bit of a laugh as I think the guy in P3, I can't remember who was in P3, he was answering
Dennis
questions.
Hauger.
Yeah, Dennis was
Dennis
answering
Hauger? We had him on the
questions.
show as well.
It was a
Yeah, not
Screaming
long
Meals
after.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it was a Screaming Meals guest 1, 2, 3. Yeah, indeed. Good times.
We should go back to Zandvoort more often.
Oh, 100%.
Good things happen
Good
there.
times. Crackers.
Great laws. Should we? I mean, is that another Screaming Meals episode? I mean,
Hold on.
how are we going for time?
I just
we
wanna-
needed to bring it back to shit in some kind of way.
No. First, I have a very important question, James. We discussed it before. Now,
God.
fellas, this is actually quite important question.
They discussed this earlier, so I'm worried on this one.
How is your libido affected on a race weekend? Does it tend to increase or decrease?
What's his name? Marco Casarotti. They don't get the joke, do they?
Now,
Is
This
it
is
a
a-
personal joke?
Huh?
Is it a personal joke?
No, it relates to some questions we would get asked in a.
Oh, I've heard about
the
this.
FTA question.
Anyways.
We covered this last time. Yeah.
But yeah, so what's your take on it?
well, Marco Casarotti, our mental trainer in Ferrari, always.
It was proven that it's beneficial.
For your sex drive?
No, well, not me specifically, but in general as an athlete.
And what about yourself?
I don't know.
What do you mean?
about yourself,
wait,
Marcus?
what's beneficial? Like
Some
progressing or withholding?
Progressing, is that the word
Okay,
you used?
yeah.
No, is that the word you used?
Deducing.
Deducing is
Yeah.
the, is the
Ded-
scientific.
Deducing is encouraged.
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
Well, they say it does a world of good to your confidence because
Or dedugery.
Ronaldinho was very famous for having a bit of a deduge before his big games.
I'm not sure we can put this online, can we?
No, literally last time we had Ilott on the podcast, and I brought up the
No.
fact that
It was a
James
completely
Hunt
different
likes
question.
to start the lap, but park it up in the last sector, or likes to.
You see, that I would somewhat agree with.
Well, you having experience,
Right. It's scientifically that you
See, this is for a science project,
Yeah, this
actually.
is-
So
yeah.
if you could, please
he's
answer
going to
the
go and
question.
experiment
all
later.
da-
Is that
it's all
what
data.
he's wondering about?
it's all good data.
Right. You supposedly lose, should we say, built up testosterone if you dedouche.
Scientifically proven.
And I believe it's like if you don't, you can have benefits for a week, and then you kind of settle back down into where.
You
Okay,
see,
so during
Clem,
the race weekend, you're better off not deducing then.
Well,
surely,
if you want testosterone, yeah.
You see, James, I actually did a bit of a study myself. Got some statistics involved.
I'm
and
sure you've done quite a thorough job of this.
in a Formula 3 car, a good time 0 to 100 on a start is around 2.8 seconds. And
Yeah.
I know that after post douche, it can be up to 3.1.
So you've gone slower post deduge.
Yeah.
See, I've gone the other way.
And
I've gone
again, we're
faster.
talking seconds here. Yeah.
I've gone quicker. On the start. I
You've
mean-
got. Yeah, I was going to say you've gone quicker than 3.1 seconds.
Yes.
Yes. I think this calls it, right? What should we say? Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching your 3.1 seconds.
Oh my god. Rory's got a job in his hands.
I reckon this is grouse, mate.
No, that'll do.
That'll do. Thanks for watching.
Wait, one more thing.
Yeah, here we go.
Fuck.
Now,
Oh,
Oh yeah. Forgot about this.
this?
No edit on
Please
that. I want
explain.
that all in.
yeah, this was good.
you need to answer a question. You can pick one card.
Don't take the red ones. They look quite dirty.
Actually, you know what?
But it could no. What, can you explain this bit? What are you doing?
What are you doing, Marcus?
Only red one.
Oh,
Oh,
What have you done?
he's got feisty.
Now, go ahead and choose a card.
Oh, wait, let me
and
do that.
You, excuse me, Clem.
I was going to do like a...
children.
How to play?
Because I don't know what you've set up here, so can I choose any card?
Choose any card you like, but you have to answer it.
Oh, I can see what the. Hang on. Can you read that there? You see
No.
what that says?
How am I supposed to read that? I'm an
No, nothing.
86-year-old man.
That says a very
Callum,
douchey word.
Oh, it's something to do with dedugery.
go some bottles and do it.
Hang on, I need to Google a word here.
Oh,
Oh, vagina is a.
Oh my god. Substitute producer Jimbo Harrison, what are we going to do?
it's all right, fellas.
You can pick another card if you don't know what the word means, pal.
Yeah, because I probably won't know either.
Ah!
Oh.
Can you read us the question?
This is terrible audio.
Please
come
read
on.
us.
So, the difficulty of the word I was having was impotence, right?
Oh yeah.
It's when you can't get
Yeah.
hard.
It's when you. Can't,
Indeed. But
Yeah.
I was thinking of the first one here, which says inability to take effective action, right? And I was trying to think of what we
What
were
would be
relating
effective
to.
action to impotence?
Well, that's what now I have realised, and it thoroughly
Can you
says
ask
here.
can you
No, can I just get on with it in a second? Hang on. And then, yes, it says an inability in a man to achieve something or something, right? And the people can guess what that is, right? So it says, what experience do you have of impotence?
Well, there you go. That's an easy, straightforward enough
There you
question.
Yeah.
There you go, Callum. Easy one.
I have no
You drew the
issues
card.
anywhere.
Old rock hard Ilott over here.
All right, we'll call it there.
I think we'll call it that.
That's the name of the episode, Rock Hard Ilott.